We have a first date story here, so let's see how it goes. I'm sharing this story for hopefully some level of catharsis. Wondering if anyone has a similar experience, as I've just had what is probably the strangest end to a first date I've ever experienced. I'm intrigued. Recently, I, a 32-year-old male, matched with a 28-year-old female, and the conversation immediately flowed really well. We were responding around every 30 minutes over the first few days, and it's quickly materialised into a date. So the concern here is possibly over messaging someone. Once you have good rapport with someone, once you feels comfortable, you should be asking her to go out on a date. And once the date is confirmed, you don't need to message her again until you meet her in person because you want to keep that mystery. You don't want to over talk because you quickly get put into the friendship category. And also, there might not be much to talk about because you've spoken so much before the first date. But he says he quickly arranged a first date, so maybe it was within the 2 week mark, which is okay. But still, if things are going well, just ask her out on a date. Because if she really likes you, she'll say yes. If she doesn't, no, and you can move on and use your time with someone who will be of more interest to you. Come the weekend, we met, and apart from maybe a few first meet jitters, we picked up where we left off on the app. Good job. We had a ton in common, interest wise, and we were both making each other laugh consistently throughout the date. She also was initiating physical contact quite regularly, which I took as a good sign. I decided to test the water of how the date was going and suggest we go back to another bar, which she quickly agreed. Well, if she's getting physical with you and touching you, then go for the kiss. Like, she's giving the signs. Like, her mindset might be like, I'm kind of over us just having drinks. Let's, take this to the bedroom, or, let's take this to the next stage quicker than maybe what other girls would. So, take that sign and make that next step with her. But this guy said, oh, maybe we should take it to somewhere else, which is completely fine. Like, you should go on two or three different locations on the first date to keep things fresh and new. But her mindset might be like, I'm kind of over this date now. I just want to, like, rip this guy's clothes off. And you'd only find that out by going for the kiss. Date continued to go well from there, and all in all, we spent 7 hours in bars just talking for the whole night. Whoa, 7 hours on a first date. Like, from her point of view, she's probably thinking, does this guy have nothing else to do? Like, does he have no other plans in life? Like, he's submitted 7 hours to a girl he barely knows. That's not a good look, bro. Yeah, if a date's going great, fine. End it after an hour and a half or two. Leave her wanting more and progress this possibly to the bedroom. The only reason a first date should last 7 hours is because you two are having fun back at your place or her place. Like, you're going to talk her out of liking you, and you're going to quickly get put into the friend zone category. 7 hours is just crazy. And yeah, he's just said talking the whole time, so he didn't do anything physical with her during that 7 hours. And how much you drinking as well? Like, two drinks max on a first date, because you don't want to be too drunk or too tipsy. You want to, be able to control how you're acting. Unless, you're used to drinking a lot and 7 hours of drinking doesn't have an effect on you, but I doubt that. When it came time to leave, finally, we walked to an area so that she could get a cab, and on the walk, she instigated a pretty passionate kiss. Well, at least she has some balls. This woman's completely taking control of this first date because this guy doesn't have the balls to do it himself. But hey, look, she obviously likes you. Credit to you. Maybe you save this date with how it's going because maybe she just finds you really attractive and you got good chat. So credit to you there. We then continued to laugh and talk until her cab arrived. At this point, you should ask, hey, do you want to come back to mine? Should we go back to yours? Like, she's initiated the kiss. She wants to be around you for 7 hours, so these are all good signs. Whilst I was walking home, she texted me to make sure I got home okay, and then conversation took off again. So obviously this girl really likes you, um, but everything you're doing is this is going to be long term because you're going to talk her out of liking you. You're already showing really bad game here and not a lot of experience, and she's going to pick up on that. I said I had a great time. I'd love to see her again. She quickly responded that she'd contact me as soon as she was back in town. She was going on a family vacation the next day for a week, which she'd mentioned. Well, still think that's way too early to ask for a second date. You literally just come back from the first date, leave it a few days, add that mystery, see if she reaches out again, and then you can set up a second date. But to ask for a second date after the first date just finished kind of shows that you're jumping the gun. You don't want to lose her. You want to make sure you cement her down to future plans. And again, that's not a good look. No matter how much interest she shows in you, you should still hold the cards, and you're just showing your whole hand here. And she's going on a family vacation, so she says. Or we know she could be going on a vacation with another guy, or she has other dates lined up. So she's just using the vacation talk as to why you can't see her for the next few weeks. Girls will say white lies to cover their reputation and also not hurt your feelings. She even mentioned how it'd be a great excuse to get out the house for lunch. She works full time from home. Oh no, she's organising lunch dates. Yeah, you're already being put in the friend zone and you just don't realise it yet. A week passes and I don't contact her as she's on vacation with her family. I don't want to be overbearing. Okay, that's good. I thought you'd be messaging her constantly, so at least this guy, has some brains. He put in brackets, we also discussed this as well. So obviously he's been like, maybe she said to him, hey, look, I'm going on holiday. Let's just talk once I come back from holiday. Please don't message me. So maybe it wasn't him thinking, okay, maybe I shouldn't message her for, well, she's on holiday. And she was just kind of like saying, hey, just hinting at, please don't message me. And he got the idea. When the time came that she was back, I get a message from her. I'm assuming it's a quick, hey, I'm back, when do you want to meet again? Instead, it's, I had a lovely time with you, but I don't think we should see each other again. Wow, yeah, that was pretty obvious that was going to happen. But from a guy's point of view, who doesn't understand it, he'll be thinking, wait, I was on a date with a girl for 7 hours. She obviously likes me. He's already thinking of church bells and them having like 2 kids and a dog and a house. And then the girl just drops this. Now, the girl's probably dropped this because she's probably looked back and thought, wow, I spent 7 hours with this guy. He didn't have the balls to kiss me. He didn't have the balls to take me back. He obviously doesn't have a lot to do in his life because he spent 7 hours with me. And for all we know, she went on this vacation, maybe met another guy who had more balls and ended up sleeping with that guy. Who knows? But a lot can happen in a week's time. And yeah, this guy's completely bamboozled by it. And he's probably not going to learn his lesson either. I responded as diplomatically as I could, expressing my disappointment but thanking her for her honesty. We chatted a little after that, including her expressing that this wasn't how she wanted things to turn out either, and then left it there. Okay, at least you didn't lose your shit and you didn't like try and stay friends with her, so credit to that. Hey, just mark this as an L, move on, and find someone who's a better fit for you. Just it's an experience. It's another layer of paint to add to the wall of experience, and that's completely fine. I'm still rather shell shocked despite this happening nearly a week ago. I don't think I've ever been on a date that on surface went incredibly well, but we didn't go incredibly well, as from the points I've discussed, including a host of clear signs she was into me to, well, this. Yeah, she was into you, but you kind of talked your way out of her liking you. I know maybe it's a bit sad, but it's left me very deflated. I've been on quite a few average dates in the past few months, and this was easily the one that felt most excited about. Yeah, bro, we've all had it. I've been on lots of dates, and some that went well, and then she didn't message me back or ghosted me. It happens. That's just modern dating, especially for a guy. So, hey, it happens to us all. It's not the end of the world. There's, billions of other single women out there. You'll be just fine. And obviously, you've got a good enough chat and you're good looking enough for a girl to go on a date with you for 7 hours and kiss you. So, you know, you've obviously got the signs there to have some success in the future. Has anyone had a similar experience? I also had potential date lined up, but I'm feeling too guilty to go on it as my head is really all over the place. Bro, she's not your girlfriend. You went on one date with her. Go on these other dates. The girl you were just dating, she's probably dating other guys already, and that might be the reason why she called things off with you. You don't owe her anything. You're single. Go out and date other women, and I can assure you, you'll find much better women, and you will not think about this girl ever again. Let's quickly look at their comments because I just want to see if people are going to bring up, hey, 7 hours is too long, bro. You missed your shot. Someone says, meh, good luck trying to decipher other people's intentions. Best to just accept it and move on. So this guy obviously has no idea what he's talking about. Someone says, it's definitely happened to me as well. It's disappointing, but you have to shake it off and move on quickly. As much as you might think you know this person and her intentions, you don't really know much that early on. Yeah, valid, but I want to see if anyone brings up the mistakes this guy's made. A great man once said, it's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. This is not a weakness, that is life. Bro committed lots of mistakes. Like, come on, guys. It might be that alcohol got her to that night, and once she sobered up the next day, she doesn't feel as strongly about you as the night before. Maybe, but this guy made a plethora of bad mistakes. Let's read one more comment to see if someone's got some brains here. 7 full business days of no contact, flowing a stellar day is actually wild. But bro, it wasn't a stellar day. Like, this guy made so many mistakes, and 7 hours without having the balls to kiss her and grab her, and you know, if a date's going really well, leave her wanting more. End it after an hour, hour and a half, and trust me, she'll be blowing up your phone a day or two after, wanting to know what's going on in your life and wanting to set up a second date. That guy didn't do that. Anyway, that's all, guys. Cheers. See ya.